Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
We're having this great relationship with you, her, and Buddy. You see this with the ex. And is that when you go, I'm done with the relationship?
That's right.
The issue is you took Buddy with you. In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. You want him to pay $628.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. The law talks about something may in fact be true, but can they prove it? And that's what's tough.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Andre Atkins claims his ex-girlfriend took their dog when she broke up with him, but he says the dog is his. Mr. Atkins is suing Christy McQueen in the amount of $575. Ms. McQueen claims Mr. Atkins gave her the dog as a gift after her mother died and says she took the dog with her after the plaintiff cheated on her.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. We're here about a dog.
Correct.
What's the name of the dog?
Buddy.
Buddy? What type of dog is it?
He's a terrier.
Terrier. And the dog was for the two of you when you were in a relationship.
Correct. I bought the dog.
You bought the dog, Mr. Atkins. You're shaking your head, Miss McQueen.
He bought the dog for me. Buddy was for me.
Okay, and the two of you were living together at the time?
She was living, she moved into my apartment, correct?
All right. And let's talk about the relationship, Miss McQueen. What was going on?
Well, so we're both from LA, but we met in New York City.
Okay.
I was taking my mom for a vacation out there. I don't spend as much time with her. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to take her out. So we went to the club together. Yeah.
You clubbing with your mom?
Oh,
huh?
yeah. Definitely. You know, something I should have done a long time ago. But that's where I met Andre.
All right. And you met Miss McQueen, and this is a club in New York.
Correct.
But you both were even living in LA at the time?
So the funny thing is, I was there on a business trip.
Okay.
And, you know, pretty much at the time, we're both young. I was 26. I was there on a business trip, having a drink on a Friday night. And originally, I'm from the Dominican Republic, and never really had an Asian girlfriend. And I saw across the room, and I saw this Asian, but I couldn't tell exactly what she was, and I just had to approach her.
Okay. And you all started a relationship?
Pretty much the way that it started, you know, we're talking. At no point did we talk about where we're from. And when I asked for her number, and I look at the area code, I'm like, wait a minute, you're from California too? And pretty much, I kind of knew it was a little bit of a destiny type deal.
And how long was the relationship going on?
2 years, Your Honor.
All right. And 2 years, and then you, at some point you all decided to live together?
After about a year and a half, we moved in.
Okay. And then what?
From the get-go, like I said, pretty much in New York, I was just taken back. I mean...
No, now you're here back in California. You're in LA. The two of you are living together. And then how does Buddy come into the picture?
So, on her side, pretty much 4 months into living together, her mom got in a tragic car accident and spent about a month in the hospital, and then they had to pull the plug. And Christy...
You lost your mom?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you were saying you should have been partying with her more.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Sorry to hear that.
And granted, I lost my mom too when I was younger. I was a teenager. So I definitely understood everything that Christy was going
Do you
to.
have any other siblings?
No, I'm the only child.
Okay, that was tough.
Absolutely. She's all I had.
But, you know, we decided to move in together because I was ready to take that next step. We were been talking about starting a family, kids. I kept bringing it up all the time, but, you know, it was, at first I was joking, but deep down I was serious about it. But Christy never was really serious about having a kids yet. And I said, what's the next big thing we can do?
I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but I'm thinking marriage first.
Well, like I said,
I know, you know.
But like I said, joking around, you know, like we joke about engagement, marriage. That's why I said, let's move in and start our life together.
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it, right? Right?
Yeah.
And was that sort of your thought?
Your Honor, there's something that I haven't been telling you.
Okay. You tell.
So the reason why I didn't want to have kids, which is why I love dogs and I wanted a dog, I've been wanting a dog forever, is because, Andre, I can't have kids.
Coming up on America's Court.
There's actually some other issues going on here besides you kept that from him, but you were keeping things from her.
No.
And later.
I leaned over, the whole chair collapsed, and the bowl went with it. It shattered, my arm's cut, it's bleeding, my back feels like it's on fire.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Andre Atkins, who is suing Christy McQueen for $575.
You didn't want to tell him that before. Why, you thought he would reject you?
I mean, all of my life I've dealt with so many rejections and so much bullying and...
But we had that, I created that very trusting environment for us. We always communicate. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, no, because there's actually some other issues going on here besides you kept that from him, but you were keeping things from her.
No.
Yes. Did I read this wrong? Because you two aren't together anymore, right?
She moved out, yeah. She took Buddy with her.
And why did she move out?
Well, Your Honor, she's making these crazy allegations that I cheated on her.
Okay. Why did you move out?
I've had enough. A girl can only take so much before she blows out. I mean, I've dealt with so much. I've dealt with abuse. I've dealt with all of that. And I said to myself...
None of which I've done to you, though.
No, I know that.
None of which I've done to you.
But wait a minute. The issue that you had with Mr. Atkins was what?
Well, he started to get distant with me. On Friday nights, for example, we used to go out all the time.
Okay. But you thought because he was being distant, he's seeing someone else.
Yeah, that's correct.
Were you seeing someone else, sir?
I was not.
Okay. So there's no issue with respect to him cheating, no?
He was cheating.
I was
Who
not
he cheating
cheating.
with?
You were talking to your ex-girlfriend. I saw the messages on Facebook. You had your laptop open.
Okay, wait a minute. You had a relationship prior to Miss McQueen.
I had yes, pretty much before I had an ex-girlfriend.
And this relationship that you had,
yes,
you were continuing to have conversations with her.
No, I wasn't. So pretty
That's
much...
That's wrong.
No, I was not.
Okay, well, tell me.
Well, my ex hit me up after pretty much her funeral.
All right. She sends a friend request.
I accepted. I mean,
you know that she's mourning the loss of her mom. You see these messages.
But they weren't even sexual. It was nothing. It was just catching up. It's been over 3 years since I spoke to this ex-girlfriend.
So you're not accusing him of actually having any sort of relationship with her. You're saying because there was some sort of emotional connection with his ex that left you feeling a certain way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you get...
But it wasn't on my end, though.
Stop.
It wasn't on my end.
You accepted the friend request.
I did accept the friend request.
That was on your end.
That was on my end.
Women have issues with men connecting emotionally
but the thing is,
with other women. Listen to what I just said.
Correct.
Was the purchase of Buddy timed with making her feel better and dealing with the loss of her mom?
It was for both of us.
Okay.
I mean, at this point...
Did you feel as though the timing of Buddy's purchase was to help you grieve the loss of your mom?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He knows I've been wanting a dog forever.
But the dog, it wasn't...
Well, wait a minute. We'll get there.
Okay.
We're having this great relationship with you, her, and Buddy. Mm-hmm. You see this with the ex. And is that when you go, I'm done with the relationship?
That's right.
The issue is you took Buddy with you.
That's right.
You're saying, that's my dog.
Correct.
Why not just let her keep the dog?
It was the thing is, remember how we were talking about having a kid and all that? Pretty much when her mom passed away and all this conflict was happening, you know, not talking, just this emptiness, it was also affecting me. You know, I wanted to have a kid so we can start that family. And I figured buying this dog was going to be a way to fill...
She's lost her mom.
Yeah.
She's an only child. She feels betrayed by you. And now you want to take the dog. The $575. You have proof that that was the cost
Yes,
of the dog?
I do. I have evidence of the day that I purchased the dog.
Ms. McQueen, why don't you feel as though he is entitled to the dog when he was the one who purchased the dog?
Thank you.
Well, because, Your Honor, I also have evidence here of text messages.
Is this the dog?
It is. That's Buddy.
Buddy's adorable. Okay.
He's about
Buddy's
a year old
adorable.
now.
I like the necklace. What do you have, Ms. McQueen?
Yes, I have the
Yeah.
text
That's okay. You
messages.
don't need to come to the well.
Yes.
I'll get it from you.
And every time it
Don't want you to
Thank
take
you.
my job.
Thank
It gets a
you.
little edgy when you get too close. All right.
Sorry, Your Honor, I'm not thinking straight.
That's all right.
Train killer.
Hey, babe, I know we talked about getting a pug, but I found a cute Yorkie I think you'll like. Shut up. You're getting a dog for me? And then you put doggies. I know you've been down lately, so I figured I'd better either get you pregnant ASAP or buy you a dog.
You remember that?
And I went with the dog. I got it.
I was just,
Based
at
on
that
the
point, you
evidence
can
and the
see I'm still
testimony
being
before
cute.
this court, the guy was going to come down in favor of the defendant. Because I pretty much was leaning in her direction, but this series of texts established, you said, I'm going to get you a dog.
I was just trying
And
to be
even in
cute at the
hearing
time.
everything,
I was being
even
cute at
aside
the
from the
time.
legal issues, this is a court of equity and fairness. And in this particular situation, the dog stays with her. Case dismissed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
Andre bought the dog to help me get over my mom's death. And thanks to the judge, I get to keep my buddy.
I can't believe the judge ruled in her favor. I bought the dog for us, not for Christy. Now I'm going home alone, no money, no Christy, no dog.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
I leaned over, the whole chair collapsed, and the bowl went with it. It shattered. My arm's cut, it's bleeding. My back feels like it's on fire.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Rabina Haxton claims a new ceramic shampoo bowl was broken by the defendants who were roughhousing in her hair salon. Ms. Haxton is suing Alex and Aaron Santos in the amount of $1,269.99. The Santos brothers say they were minding their own business when the bowl shattered and claim the plaintiff is to blame because the chair wasn't bolted down. Aaron Santos is countersuing for $800.
Miss Haxton, there was a problem at the beauty salon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Something got damaged, and now you want the Santos brothers to pay.
Yes.
And one of you, which one's Aaron?
I'm
You're
Aaron, Your Honor.
Aaron, you're countersuing because you were injured at the salon.
Yes.
We're going to start with you, Miss Haxton. Go ahead.
Yes. So I've been doing hair for about 10 years.
Okay.
And after 7 years of renting, the economy took off. We owned, me and my husband, we had a dream of owning our own shop.
All right.
So
You saw that dream fulfilled.
Yeah, I saw
You
my
have
dream.
your own shop. Mm-hmm. And let's start with Alex. Alex, you went to the hair salon.
Correct.
What were you doing there?
I was getting myself a haircut, and
Okay.
Aaron came with me. My cousin Deanne was working. She worked for Rabina,
All right.
and my
And
mom.
Deanne was one of your employees?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. She was my employee at the time.
Okay, and Deanne was is your cousin?
Yes.
And you were just getting the hair cut?
Yes, and dyed. I was getting my hair dyed.
And you were
as
getting it dyed. What color were you going to get it dyed?
well. Blondish.
What's
little
wrong with the
brown.
color now?
It was spring break. I'm in college. It was spring break. I want to have a little fun.
All right. And then, Aaron, what were you going to do? Were you going to get your hair cut and dyed too?
No, just a little trim in my hair. That's
You
it.
were going to get a trim. And so Deanne was going to take care of you guys. Had you been to the establishment before?
No, we
No,
not.
yeah.
You hadn't.
Coming up on America's Court.
I leaned over, the whole chair collapsed, and the bowl went with it. It shattered. My arm's cut, it's bleeding. My back feels like it's on fire.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Rabina Haxton, who is suing Alex and Aaron Santos for property damage.
You're getting your hair cut, Alex.
And dyed.
And dyed. Aaron, you're sitting there waiting for your turn after Alex finishes.
Yes.
What happened? What were you doing when whatever happened?
Well, I was on my phone looking at a video, and I was tapping Alex, like, hey, look at this, look at this. I
They
was getting
weren't
his
tapping
attention.
each other. They
Let
were
me hear what
pushing.
he has to say.
Okay.
Just getting his his attention.
Yeah.
I said, "Here, Alex, look at this. Look at this. It's my phone." Trying to lean over. When I leaned over, the whole chair collapsed, and the bowl went with it. It shattered. My arm's cut. It's bleeding. My back feels like it's on fire. And then when that happens, Alex gets up. He tries to help me up, but then she comes out, starts yelling at both of us, saying it's my fault that
not just yelling, Your Honor, cussing.
And
when she's talking about us not being adults, she comes out cussing.
I mean, that's only natural. They're being rude and disrespectful in my salon.
But you're not watching this because you went to the back.
I went straight to the back. They couldn't see me. I'm leaning.
But you can see them.
I saw them.
You had your eye on them.
I had my eye on them because they're very known troublemakers. Everybody kept their eye on the boys in the neighborhood. They knew.
No, we're not talking about the neighborhood. We're talking about in the salon.
But in the salon, yes, I kept my eye on them.
You kept your eye on them?
Yeah.
Well, if you kept your eye on them, what did you see happen?
They were pushing each other. The chair was leaning from side to side.
Why is the chair leaning from side to side?
Because they're rocking.
Also, another stylist that day, Your Honor, after the incident happened, she said, Rabina, I warned you about the loose bolts. You need to screw them or someone's going to get hurt. Because apparently...
That person said that in your presence?
Yes, and her presence.
Did someone say her?
No, they didn't say it. She didn't say it to me.
Well, we heard it. We both heard it.
Was there another stylist there
yes.
that worked with
Besides
you?
My cousin.
Their cousin?
Yes, I did have another stylist.
Was that person there when all this took place? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
Was there something that she said about a previous issue with a chair?
Yes.
What did you hear her say?
I told you to fix these loose screws and bolts because someone can get really hurt.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, I'm going to start with the counterclaim. There's actual evidence, and then there's testimony. And if everyone heard that stylist say that, because I'm sitting there thinking, I mean, these guys aren't huge. There had to have been some looseness of that chair.
Your Honor,
no, you're not talking, you're listening. And if that's sort of just rocking back and forth, and someone has said these chairs need to be repaired, then that's consistent with what they're saying. And if that's consistent with what they're saying, then Aaron, is on the receiving end of sustaining medical injuries that need to be reimbursed. So for his counterclaim, you will pay that $800. Now, as it relates to your out-of-pocket, had the chairs been properly stationed, you wouldn't have had that loss. So you can't sustain your burden. Your matter's dismissed, and you will pay these young men. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the co-defendants. The plaintiff has been ordered to pay $800.
I'm happy about the decision.
It's true that the boys were roughhousing, but it was my fault, and I should have bolted the chairs down.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.